problem, we can share this with everyone over YouTube and they can watch over there. So I welcome you all in this second session of the cloud campaign. We had our first session round in the beginning of this campaign, that was 4 weeks ago, and now we have successfully completed our campaign and we are meeting again with the next steps that you have to take in this program. I hope that you would have learned a lot and you have gotten a taste about what cloud engineering is and uh, what you will do when if you ever decide to start a career in cloud. So, hello once again. I am Amrit Pandey. I am PR at GDSC and NITW, and this year I was your 30 days of cloud facilitator. Now, this session we will be talking about the next steps that you have to take to claim your reward if you are a participant, if you completed all the tracks. We will also discuss about if you ever decide to what you should do if you ever decide to make your career in cloud. So I congratulate everyone who participated in this campaign, and even if you have solved just one lab or even if you have gotten one skill badge, you should be really proud of that achievement. It's gaining rewards like materialistic rewards like swags and merchandise is great, but what's more important is that you have learned in this campaign and you have gained certain set of skills and knowledge that you can use to showcase to your if you ever go on and build your career in the cloud. Now let's go on and talk about this thing, like how what you should do, like what are the opportunities for you if you ever decide to start your career in cloud. Right now, cloud engineering is one of the most in-demand skill, and it is because of the pandemic that we have seen that most of the companies are now going from offline access to online access. And in the beginning of this pandemic, we saw that many companies went very rapidly from being having an offline presence to an online presence. And the solution for them was to use the existing architecture that was provided by companies like Google and other cloud computing companies like Amazon and Azure. And the the companies went online, but there was a massive demand of cloud engineers who can provide them the solution. So the architecture, the infrastructure was always there, but they required someone expert in the field who can decide what kind of solution will be suitable for the requirements of the company. And we saw that there was a massive in demand for the cloud engineers. So this has set a trend for the future as well. And now we will see that more and more companies will be always be needing cloud engineers, and especially those kind of cloud engineers who will be specialized in fields like Google Cloud Platform or AWS or Azure or DigitalOcean. Like there are so many great cloud platforms out there, but just having the knowledge of cloud isn't enough. You need to get specialized in that also, as well. Now, second of all, one more opportunity that is for you is that if you ever decide to go and build your career in cloud, cloud certifications are one of the highest in-demand certifications in the IT sector, actually. So if you go on and check the statistics, you will find that the cloud certification is being required by most of the companies. And why is it that? I have mentioned that in the last 2 points. You can see that the market is now moving from product oriented to being data oriented. That is, they are requiring more kind of work towards the data. So data in itself is a great resource, but you can only make use of data if you have right kinds of tools. Fortunately, we also have right kind of tools, but we have very few worksmen or skillsmen who are expert in those tools. And cloud is one such tool, and the expert in cloud are very few. So it is a great opportunity for you. It is the emerging market for cloud engineers, and you can definitely gain a lot if you ever go and build your career in cloud. One of the stat that I have gotten last 2 weeks is that specifically the Google Cloud Architect role is the highest paid role in the market right now, which pays around 175 k dollars per year in the US market. So it is quite huge for a certain kind of expert, and this is because you must have experience that GCP platform in itself is quite complex, and one who is master or expert in that field will definitely will be prioritized over anyone who has general knowledge of the cloud computing. So these were the opportunities for you if you ever jumpstart your career in cloud. Now, what is the path to become a cloud engineer? So in 30 days of cloud, you have experienced what a cloud engineer does and what are the challenges faced by the cloud engineer. It might be possible that all the tools, all the labs that you did, it wouldn't have made sense to you, but the thing that you learned from this campaign was how a platform looks like, what all the services that Google provides you, and these are the similar kinds of services that other cloud platform provides you as well. Now the thing was, it is very difficult to get your hands on such cloud platform because they are all provided by the private companies and it requires a lot of money to maintain the infrastructure. And through 30 days of cloud program, all the participants, including me, were fortunate enough to get access to that platform. And even if you have solved a single lab, you have learned a lot. So 30 days of cloud was just a taste. You had just scratched the surface for what's coming to you as a cloud engineer if you ever decide to become one. Now, to become a good cloud engineer, you always have to have the basic knowledge, the core concept, the root knowledge of the core concepts. So if you are an IT student or a CS student, the core concepts are already covered. The knowledge of system design, the knowledge of systems, databases, and various tools are all already covered by you. If you aren't, you will have to invest time in gaining the uh, a brief knowledge or basic knowledge in those fields. That is the first thing that you have to do. Second of all, you have to learn about the cloud computing in itself, the various terminologies, what kind of services that are provided. Like it can be IaaS, which is infrastructure as a service. It could be software as a service. All these domains are again within the cloud computing itself. You have to know about that as well. You also have to know about system administration and what were the challenges faced by the system administration for which the cloud platform emerged, and why companies prefer cloud over the traditional infrastructure as a service, or over things like creating their own solution, creating their own infrastructure rather than renting a cloud infrastructure. So you have to cover the origins and the evolution of the cloud computing. And after that, you will have to learn about some of the most advanced tools that are in the market. For example, if you have done the second track, you would have learned about the big queries and associated tools with it. The Google itself provide you various services in terms of APIs that they have built already, and you do not have to work on it from scratch. You will have to know about those as well. One other great tool which is related to cloud these days is Kubernetes. So if you have the knowledge in Kubernetes, deploying solution with the help of Kubernetes, which is provided to you as a function and a service by GCP, will become very smooth. So once you have done with the core concepts, the third point in this slide mentions what you have to do next is to get certified over one of these platforms. So you can choose any platform of your choice. You can go with AWS, you can go with Azure, you can go with GCP. But wherever you go, you will have to gain the training and experience in that platform. And those can be done by the various certification and the training program that is provided by the Google itself. If you go on and get training in GCP, which is roughly from 3 months to 6 months, you will be given entire training about their architecture, their systems, their services that they provide, and they will also give you hands-on experience over that. But that is not free. That comes with some investment. And since you have already done 30 days of cloud, you do have a taste of GCP. So So you can take, you can definitely decide better if you ever want to go and get certified as a Google engineer, Google Cloud engineer. Now, the last thing that you have to do is just is common to every field in computer science, is that you have to build solution over the existing cloud infrastructure, and then showcase as your knowledge. You have to showcase your knowledge in after building these projects over the cloud. If you ever decide to make your career in cloud. The last thing that we are going to talk about, the reward claim for the participations. So if you are eligible for any rewards, and I've already shared the list on the group today, and if your name is in it in either of the category, that is category 1 or 2, this is for you. And what about prize rules and what rewards you will get? It is already mentioned on the website. You can go and check that out. The prize rules is also clearly mentioned. And here, this is the tentative schedule that's been given to us. So the campaign has already ended last day, which is 29th October. Now the data is reviewed and the emails will be sent out to all the participants who are eligible for rewards, and they will be on your email, the registered email that you used for the campaign. And once you get the email, you will have to follow the procedure given in the email. Maybe there would be some form that will take the information regarding the merchandise size and your delivery address and everything, and the data will be reviewed till the 3rd of December, like before 3rd of December, and the shipping will start after 3rd of December, and it's about to continue till 14th of January. Now, these are all the tentative schedule. Nothing is fixed. It depends that if the delivery is made earlier or if the data is collected early, then this process can also be preponed instead of postponing. So nothing is clear, but this is the tentative schedule, and the delivery is about to complete by 14th of January. Some of the FAQs regarding this reward claim. So what are the prize rules? Prize rules and reward are already given on the website. You can go and check there. When will I get my swags? Well, the swags will reach to you after you fill the form. Many of you have made mistake while filling the form. Please don't do that this time, and please follow the procedure accurately, which will be provided to you in the email, because from now the facilitators and the leads cannot help you in that, because it may be possible that we might lose the access to the communication channels for now, as the program is already over. So be accurate and be very careful while completing the procedure and filling the form. So once you fill the form that you will receive on your email, then the Google team will deliver it to your address. It will be shipped and delivered to your address before 14th of January. Now, what if I face any issue while claiming rewards? Now, from here on, most of the communication between you and Google team will be done on your own end. If we are provided any further instruction as to if there will be any issues while claiming, I will definitely tell you about that, and we will sort that out. But for now on, we are not given any further instruction about if there is any conflict while claiming the rewards and else. But we will definitely help you out in any ways we can. And if you definitely have access to the communication channel, we'll also forward your request. How will swags reach to me? They will reach to you via delivery. And will I get a participation certificate? No. This year, the participation certificates are not given to the participant. If you have completed a track, if you have completed both the track, the associated rewards will be given to you, but you won't be getting any participation certificate. So this was it about the session. And the last thing is, if you have any questions, we can take that questions. And we have with us Aditya, we have with us Divyanshu and Deepak. They will be taking your questions from the chat box. You can post your questions in the chat box or in the Q&A section that is provided to us. And from there on, I will take your questions and answer them. So if you have any questions, please raise it. Thank you.
Thanks for this session, Amrit Bhai. It was really some insights, like getting to know about cloud and all. There's a
Thank you.
question by Shreyash here.
Okay. Well, no, Shreyash, the system design, I don't know about anything that Google is providing for system design that you will have to learn on your own. Uh, Although the Google is coming with many other programs like these, and if there is any update, if they come with any program that has to do with system design, we will update you on that. Google also provide you certificate in some of these fields, but this is not related to this campaign. You can search on your end and can find out.
Maybe I wanted to add something, like maybe Shreyash could hang out with us on Discord, and maybe we others could also help him out with this thing.
Yeah, definitely, definitely you should. And it's not like as a facilitator or a member we actually know everything. The GDSC, the NITW has a mission to collaborate and communicate. We might also be learning from you, and you might also be learning from us. So definitely come and share anything that you think can benefit all of us. Will there be any programs like these in the future? Yes, Ashish, there will be programs like this in the future. This About this, Divyanshu can tell you more. Divyanshu, if you can tell. So Jatan is asking if you, even if you have complete one track, you get subscription for 1 month. With which course can this subscription be used as someone who has completed both the tracks? Well, that information hasn't been provided. Like, you still have a 1 month subscription, but it is not fixed that you will still have access to that subscription. The Quick Labs account, the Quick Labs team can actually revoke your subscription from now on. So that is not something that you can use anywhere else. If the programs for the future programs which will be related to quick labs, and there will be subscription, a separate subscription will be provided to you, but that subscription that you have till 24th November is, I don't think, is of any use right at the moment. Will the prizes be delivered in India? Yes, Rohit, the prizes will only be delivered in India. This was an India centric program, and if there was a participant from outside of India, well, they can do one thing: they can set their physical address to some Indian location, and then later on they can collect that. So Yashwant, I have already told you about that. There's nothing fixed. You have the subscription, and that subscription was given to you only for this campaign. Quick Labs can revoke that subscription because it is of no use now. So if possible, please do not abuse that subscription to do any other sort of stuff. Otherwise, your candidature will be cancelled, and you might not get rewards if you are eligible. Will we get goodies if we do Quick Lab subscription given DevFest India? Well, this can be answered by Divyanshu because I didn't participated in DevFest. Well, Deepak can also take this question. What's this with the subscription in DevFest? right? So any more questions, guys?
Amrit bhai, can you just brief out like for the people who would be seeing the YouTube videos or the new people out there, like what the cloud program was actually like for those who couldn't apply this time?
Who couldn't apply it this time? Well, the cloud program was just a sort of like a task given to you. They were the labs, and you have to complete those labs, and that will be would have been counted as a completed lab. And if you complete a set of labs in each badge, that skill badge was added to your profile. So actually the entire program was divided into skill badges, and each skill badge was teaching you the various uh, features of the GCP, and it was also teaching you how to create solutions. So in the beginning of the track there was lab for, like, let me take an example of the beginning of the lab, which was just the cloud essential lab, in which you learned about load balancing and what was the front end load balancing and back end load balancing, and how would you achieve that using the GCP. That was it. And just like that, there was many other there was many other cloud labs in which you learned about various features and how to develop solutions. This was very simple labs, and you will have to communicate with people if you ever stuck, and if you had to learn about those things and find out how you can solve that. So those who weren't able to join, don't despair. Such kind of programs happen every 6 months, like cloud happen every 6 months. And if it happens again, we will definitely tell you. So this was all that there was around 11 skill badges. So we learned about 11 fully featured stuff that can be done over GCP. And the first track was about cloud infrastructure. The second was related to the machine learning and artificial intelligence. So you learned about tools like BigQuery, you learned about various machine learning tools. Well, I did not very much spend time on the track two, but track one I spent, and it was quite learning experience. So any roadmap we should
That
follow?
answers my question for sure.
Thank you, Deepak. Any roadmap we should follow to be a cloud engineer? Well, Shreyash, I have already described you. Let me tell you. Uh, can we go ahead in the previous, like, yeah. So, Shreyash, as I have learned from the expert in this field, we all have done 30 days of cloud, but in no way or sense either I or you are now an expert in this field. We have just scratched the surface, and we have just learned about what a cloud is, how cloud looks like, and what we do when we call ourselves a cloud engineer. What are the challenges that we face? What kind of solutions that we provide to the companies if they ever need. Okay, so how to become a cloud engineer? These points have been given to me by my expert, and that's what I'm telling you. You will have to start at the root level by gaining the core concepts about systems, about databases, about what kind of things you will be providing solutions for, and that all you already learn if you have a CS or IT, if you are from a CS or IT. But if you are not, then you should go on ahead and learn about things like operating systems, DBMS, and what is system administration, and what the Unix architecture. The most of the things are done on Unix architecture, so you have to go ahead and learn about those. Right now, we also have very advanced tool in the market to maintain and deploy things, which are like Kubernetes, Dockers, and there are SaaS, and Google itself provide very specific kind of tools like App Engine, or you can say Cloud Functions, and you will have to learn about these and why we need those. So these comes as a basic or the root knowledge if you ever want to start your career in cloud. After that, if you have the basic knowledge, you know why you are going into the cloud, which I think the 30 days of cloud would have done quite well, that it would have introduced you to this field. And after that, you also have the root knowledge. You should go on ahead and apply for these certifications that Google provide or even other providers provide, like there's AWS certification as well, where they will train you over their own cloud architecture or own cloud infrastructure, where you will learn the specific tools that Google provide. They provide various APIs too. They provide various services, cloud function, app engine, compute engine, Kubernetes, big data. All these tools are provided by the Google, and they train you over that. And once you successfully complete that examination, the evaluation, you will be provided a certification, which is quite great certification to have in the IT field, because companies are specifically looking for that. If you remember a few days ago, Hotstar went with having more than 1 crores concurrent live viewers, and people are appreciating that. Why is that possible? Because they had their streaming services being hosted over AWS, and AWS is a cloud computing architecture. Now, the person who would have provided the solution, or the team would have been provided the solution over the AWS, would have been internally appreciated. So that's all you have to, that's all you learn if you ever go on and become a certified cloud engineer. And at the end, if you are a certified cloud engineer, there are many who also demonstrate their knowledge by creating solutions over the cloud, and that's how you are going to build a good portfolio for yourself. But being a certified cloud engineer in itself is the last thing that you have to do. So that's all we can we add skill badges? Yes, Shreyash, I've mentioned this before as well. Those skill badges are very valuable for you, because only 60K participants were allowed this time, and even in those 60K, only few were able to complete skill badges, or they were able to complete labs and tracks. So those skill badges are valuable. You can definitely, I'll ask everyone to pin that on their profile, add this perma link to your LinkedIn address, even add uh, the cloud as a skill in your LinkedIn profile and or in your resume too. So yeah, definitely. I think, right. So I don't think that there's any more questions. We are going to end the session now. Just 1 more minute if anyone has any further questions.
Thank you for joining, guys. Thank you.
Right. So thank you everyone for joining with us today, and I hope that you had learned something from this campaign, and we will meet again like this in the next session. Thank you.